recorded live in Jacksonville, Florida. This is Trivial Warfare. More than just a pub quiz, Trivial Warfare is your gateway to a worldwide trivia community. Join your hosts, Jonathan.
We just described Ric Flair as Neanderthal Man and Planet of the Apes.
Chris.
Yo, we going down to Sesame Street.
That's your impression of hardcore rap?
Carmela.
That would irritate the hell out. I'm like, I just want my groceries. My ice cream is melting.
Ben.
4 halogens in that list. Oh my God.
You were like, it's not the halogens. I'm like, no, Ben, no.
Those damn halogens got me again.
And the rest of the Trivial Warfare Army for another week of fun and games. Now here's your host, Jonathan Oakes.
Hello and welcome back to another episode of Trivial Warfare. We are the podcast that takes the pub quiz out of the pub and brings it home to you. My name is Jonathan, and I am here today with a fantastic group of players and friends. Ben Young is with us today. Hello, Ben.
Good morning. How's it going?
Good morning, my friend. It's good to see you. If I squint, I can make you out.
This somewhere. Damn camera. I think the halogens made this camera.
We have Chris Hollister here. Hey, Chris.
You know, for the record, I could see Ben perfectly. I think it's just because Jonathan's eyes, as he's gotten older, has kind of deteriorated a little bit, and because the TV screen that he has is like 15 feet away from him.
That might be it.
I don't think it's Ben, because Ben's a good-looking dude. He's hanging out with this new camera, and I think the camera picks him up better.
Let me ask you a question, Chris.
Yes, sir. How can I help
Does the top of Ben's head reach the middle of his image?
Just about.
Just about. You made my point for me, my friend.
But Jonathan, in all fairness, Ben's not a tall dude.
Oh, no. I'm sorry, Ben. I'm sorry. I didn't know where that was going.
That's another one of those things where you made a very true statement that had nothing to do with what we were talking about.
All right. Well, guys.
If you're taller, it would be easily in the middle of the screen.
Man. Okay. So, guys, we have some awesome guests today. Courtney Shah is with us today. Hello, Courtney.
Hello.
Welcome. And Paul Osborn is with us today. Hello, Paul.
Hello.
I wanted to get to know both of you a little bit better. Courtney, we'll start with you. Can you tell us where you're from, what you do, and something fun about yourself?
All right. I'm Courtney Shah. I'm from Portland, Oregon, and I teach history at a community college, which came in handy the last time I got to be on Trivial Warfare because I believe 2 of the gauntlet questions fell right into my wheelhouse, which is very, very nice. I'm hoping it happens again. Something fun or weird about me is that I crochet Star Wars figures.
Oh,
what? Hold on. Wait.
That's cool.
Let's continue on with this.
Money.
Yes, exactly right.
Do you have an Etsy shop, and what is Chris's Visa number?
Yes, exactly.
That's really cool. So how long have you been doing that?
I've been doing that. I got a book with all the patterns in it for Christmas a couple years ago, and I've made a Stormtrooper, I've made R2-D2, and I've made Yoda.
I was just thinking, Yoda's got to be the classic. That's the one that I would immediately go to.
I was going to say, can I hire you to make Baby Yoda for my wife for Christmas? Because she loves herself some Baby Yoda.
Baby Yoda's pretty great.
Oh, wow. Well, welcome to the show. We're super glad you're here. Paul Osborn, tell everybody where you're from, what you do, and something fun about yourself.
Okay, my name's Paul Osborn. I live in Bunbury in Western Australia, and that's about 2 hours south of Perth. I work at the local power station as a health and wellbeing officer. So if the company has any health programs or promotions, like physical and mental health for employees, I do all that. And if anyone gets hurt at work, I make sure they get taken care of with all their medical appointments and rehab. Something interesting about myself. So 3 years ago, my wife and I went to Alaska, and we went out with a small group to Katmai National Park to see grizzly bears in the wild. We got to sit by the creek bed and watch grizzlies fish for salmon up close and personal. There was no barriers between us and the bears, so it's pretty surreal.
Whoa.
Just to be able to sit there and have a 300-pound animal a few feet away from you, and they could rip you limb from limb, and they were just so close. It was amazing.
Paul, that's just because you've never hung out with me in person. You could then hang out with a 300-pound animal.
I didn't know where you were going with that.
You look too friendly, mate.
Chris will rend you
actually
limb
has
from limb.
Yeah, has a bear cam, and you can watch the bears.
That, yeah. Oh, it's amazing, isn't it? Yeah, and they got Fat Bear Week on this week, so you get to vote on the fattest bear that have been eating the most salmon. So.
Chris is, oh man,
Fat Bear Week.
You know, Paul, as you were talking, I just discovered a need that I've never realized I had before. I need an all-Australian show.
Yes.
Where we get you and Steve Ellison and a couple of others, maybe Mel, get together and have all of the guests be Australian on one episode. And we could record it like late at night our time so that it's not like crazy everybody waking up at 3 a.m. Because what time is it right now where you are? I'm betting it's terrible.
Oh, it's not too bad. It's 10:20 at the moment, so we're 12 hours away from you guys. So the exact opposite side of the planet. But I have done the Blitz episode as well, and that was 3 a.m. and it was so tough.
Yeah, oh my
so
God!
Not on my game.
Oh, it's brutal. All right, well, super glad that you're here. We are going to have a great time, and we're going to start with a game we like to call Warm It Up, Chris.
It's time to warm it up on Trivial Warfare today. And there's only one person who can warm it up for the TWA, and that's Chris. And sometimes Jonathan.
Okay. I've been kind of in a musical mood lately. Last episode I was on asked a musical question, the top best-selling albums of all time. Well, today, as our service to everybody, when it comes to trivia, your warm up Chris question today are going to be the top 25 VH1's greatest one-hit wonders of the 1980s. Now, this was a list that was created in 2013, and VH1 did a big old countdown where they ranked the best 1980s one-hit wonders, all right? So it's not current stuff. It's not something that possibly could be. This is 1980s. Hopefully, everybody was born in the 80s, so they'll know a little bit about it. So, let's see. Ben, I always pick on you, and you seem to always go last. Today, I'm going to let you go first, my friend. Are you good with this?
Yeah, I'm good. Are you looking for songs or artists?
I'm so sorry, Ben. You're right. No, these are the songs. These are the one-hit wonder songs. So I need the name. I need the name of the song.
And I like how you took your judgment out of it by making it a VH1 list. So no arguments from people saying, well, they had this minor hit that reached the top 40 one week. This is VH1's list.
That's right. And it's been well documented. 2013, people.
Surprisingly enough, I'm already drawing blanks.
It's early, it's early, Ben. It's early. You got to get your brain moving.
I'm going to go with Mickey.
That's a good one.
Mickey, number 6 by Tony Basil. Good job. See, you said you're struggling, but you came in through the clutch. All right. So, Paul, I'm going to go with you next, sir.
How about Take On Me? Uh-huh.
Take On Me. Aha, number 3 on the list. Great job. Okay, Courtney, you're next, my friend.
I'm going to go with Come On, Eileen.
Number 1, Dexy's Midnight Runners.
With a bullet.
That's right. Thank you. You're taking my words. Exactly right. But that is, Come On, Eileen is VH1's considered their greatest one-hit wonder in the 1980s. All right, Jonathan, to round out the first round.
And I ran so far away.
Flock of Seagulls, number 2 on the list. So after 1, we have number 1 picked, number 2 picked, number 3 picked, and number 6 picked. Great job, everybody. So let's go into round 2. Ben, you're up.
Got a whole lot tougher for me. What about that song? We can dance if we want to.
The safety dance.
The safety dance, Men Without Hats, number 16. Great job, Ben.
Well done.
All right. Paul.
How about St. Elmo's Fire?
Ooh,
St. Elmo's Fire.
Oh, wait. That's Kenny Loggins, isn't it?
No,
it's John Parr.
Oh, that's right.
John Parr.
But he sounds like Kenny Loggins a bit.
And I cannot remember. It has like a pseudonym. It's not just
Man in Motion.
Man in Motion.
Man in Motion. Thank you. Unfortunately, our first miss. It is not in the top 25. I will tell you this: when I was looking over the top 100 that they showed, it was on that list. So you did get it, but not on this list that we're looking for, Paul. So that's all right. Courtney, you're next.
I think I'm going to go with Tainted Love.
Tainted Love, Soft Cell, number 5. Great job. And then Jonathan to round us out.
Oh, that took me. As soon as she said Tainted Love, in the mental version, in the mental version of how my brain works, I see the scrolling song list from like the Time Life series, and so it immediately went from Tainted Love to 8675309.
Number 4 on the list by Tommy Two Tone.
It wasn't in my head until you said Tainted Love, and then it's like, there it goes.
All right, so 1 through 6 and number 16 have all been selected. We've only had one miss, so well done, everybody. And Ben, you're up.
Oh, there's so many. I'm starting to get more songs in, but it's like, okay, was this band?
Yeah, so is it a one-hit wonder is the question.
Yeah.
Did they have another one?
Yeah, I have one. I'm not going to guess at those. I think they had another semi-major hit. There's a song in my head, but I can't place the lyrics at the moment.
How does it sound?
Sing it.
It's like a duet. And it's like a song that has a lot of lyrics to it. It's like a ballad, and it's like a call and response almost.
Is it
it's like
Dirty Dancing? Jennifer Warren's. I can't remember the name of it. My brain is
Time of My Life.
I've had the time of my life.
No, not
That's
that.
not on the list, by the way.
I'm just gonna go with Time After Time.
Time After Time, Cyndi Lauper, no, is not on the list. She had
if I had known it was Cyndi Lauper, I wouldn't have guessed it.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
I'm going to go with Like a Virgin. Great song.
All right, Paul, you're next.
How about Twisted Sister? We're not going to take it.
Oh, yeah.
You know, this is the one I disagreed with a little bit, but number 20 on the list. I thought they had a couple extra songs, and none of them are coming in my head right now, but well done, on the list. Courtney, you're next.
Okay, well, inspired by the Dirty Dancing soundtrack, I kind of want to go She's Like the Wind by the late, great Patrick Swayze.
Yes, and unfortunately not on the list, my friend. I'm so sorry. All right. So
Show some
Jonathan,
respect to Patrick Swayze.
Right?
Come on, VH1. We're looking at you.
I mean, by him not being on a one-hit wonder list, that is kind of showing him respect, isn't it?
He's not wrong. He's not wrong. All right, Jonathan.
I am going to go with Devo, and I think it's time to whip it.
Devo's Whip It, number 14 on the list. Good job. I was like, I know it's on here. I can't find it, though.
You know what's funny for me? In my head, for some reason, Whip It and Push It get conflated, Salt and Pepper. So I'm like, whip it real good. That's how it goes in my head.
That to be a mashup. All right. So that was I believe round 3. Yes, round 3. So we're going to do 2 more rounds to do 5. So Ben, you're next with round 4. You need to write some stuff down, man.
I'm trying.
He would.
I still can't think of the song that I was thinking about. It's like
I was going to say there is a favorite from Trivial Warfare that's on here for sure.
Man, this is really tough. I'm going to go with It Takes Two. I know it's not on there, but
It Takes Two, number 17 on the list. Rob Bass and DJ Easy Rock.
Well, they had another hit that was played on the radio. That's why I wasn't sure if they would be there or not.
I guess VH1 did not think that was a good hit. So anyway, Paul, you're next.
I think this was the original theme song to The Big Bang Theory, but she blinded me with science.
Orange.
Trivial Warfare's favorite, Thomas Dolby, number 12 on the list. Well done. All right, Courtney, what do you got?
Okay, this might be pushing into the 90s, but I kind of really want to go Rico Suave.
Yeah, 93 because when I saw it, I will be doing the greatest one-hit wonders of the 90s. We'll just have to wait and do it next time. Unfortunately, not on the list.
Oh, man.
All right. Jonathan, you're up.
I'm also worried about pushing into the 90s, Courtney, but I'm going to go with Everybody Have Fun Tonight. Everybody Wing Chun tonight.
Wang Chung, I believe, had another minor hit.
Oh, no.
It's not on the list.
How dare they?
Not on the list. I know, right? All right. So this will be round 5. This will be the last round. Ben, what are you thinking, buddy? What do you got?
If I have 5 more minutes, I'll probably think of a better one. But to not belabor, I'm going to say We Built This City.
Starship had plenty of hits, unfortunately. So that is not on the list, my friend.
So that is indeed their worst hit.
Oh, I have a soft spot in my heart for We Built This City. Now it's funny though, I mean they had Jane which was another hit as Starship, but I wonder if they would have counted Jefferson Airplane and Jefferson Starship and all the iterations towards the one-hit wonder status.
Well, they also had Sarah, and then they had Nothing's Gonna Stop Us Now from the Mannequin soundtrack, and that song was
I forgot
brutal.
about those.
Yeah, well, that's a good thing. All right, Paul, your last guess, my friend.
How about It's Raining Men? Hallelujah.
You know what? That is on the top 100, but not in the top 25. I'm
so close.
Yeah, actually, that there's some fun stories around that song. That for another time. All right, Courtney, you're up.
All right. I'm choosing between two. I'm going to go with I Can Dream About You.
I Could Dream About You. I know the song. I cannot remember the artist.
Neither can I. Dan Harmon.
Oh, wow. Dan Harmon of Community fame?
No, I think it's a different.
Okay, different Dan Harmon. Fair enough. Anyway, no, I'm sorry. He's not on the list. I'm sorry. All right, Jonathan, your last guess.
Am I the last one? Because I'm going to run off a couple of guesses then.
Absolutely.
But my official guess is Our House in the Middle of Our Street by The Madness.
You know what? Again, that's in the top 100. I remember seeing it. It's not in the top.
It is a one-hit wonder, which was more what I was worried about. I'm surprised it didn't make the top 25. Other ones that I didn't name because I wasn't sure if they had other hits, but Human League's Don't You Want Me, Baby?
Not on the top 25. No.
Okay.
They definitely had other hits.
All I Need by Jack Wagner?
All I Need is not in the top 25 either.
Break My Stride by Matthew Wilder.
Wow. Nothing gonna break that as a wrong answer.
Damn it! I love that song. And then Karma Chameleon by Culture Club?
No, because Culture Club had a couple songs.
All right, so I didn't have any right answers left on my list.
All right, Ben, did you have something? Because you looked like you were trying to speak up, buddy.
No, I was just saying, one of the things I tried to point out was VH1. So things that are going to make the top 25 are probably songs that had really good music videos, too.
That's true.
So I was trying to use that as a filter, but clearly I don't know pop 80s music as well as I thought.
What you got, Chris?
One more out there?
Yeah, go for it.
Oh, yeah, sure.
Ghostbusters.
Ooh, Ray Parker Jr.
Ooh, unlucky.
Not on the list. I don't remember
Did he have
seeing
more
that
than one hit?
He may have. I don't remember even seeing that in the top 100, but I'll have to go back and check on that.
Hit.
Yeah, Paul, did you have any other guesses?
I would have gone with Nina, 99 Luftballons.
99
Yes.
Luftballons, number 15 on the list.
That's a good one.
All right, so here you go. Number 7, I Melt With You, Modern English.
Oh, Hold Me Now, Thompson Twins.
No, Thompson Twins not on there. They had a couple hits as well. Number 8, I Want Candy, Bow Wow Wow.
All right.
Or Bow Wow.
Oh,
yeah,
what's the Kaja Goo Goo song?
Too Shy,
Too
number
Shy.
9 on
Too
the list.
Shy.
See, Jonathan, now you're starting to do the list.
Well, when
for me.
you say another song, it rolls up that list in my head.
Number 10, Relax, Frankie Goes to Hollywood.
No.
11, Obsession and Emotion. Obsession.
I tell you, I remember being an 80s kid, and I used to have a clock radio that would have like an hour of music before it would turn off at night. And I remember, for some reason, that song, Obsession, I remember that clearly as the song that was always playing on that clock radio when I was falling asleep.
That's not a really good song you want to fall asleep.
I know. As an adult, I'm like, what was I listening to?
All right, number 13, In a Big Country by Big Country.
All right.
15, 99 Luftballons or Red Balloons, depending on which version of it that you listen to. 18, You Spin Me Round Like a Record, Dead or Alive.
Oh,
19,
no.
Ben, I'm a little disappointed in you on this one because I figured this would be your jam. Somebody's Watching Me, Rockwell.
Yeah.
I Get No Privacy. Whoa. Number 21, Maniac. Michael Sabello.
Oh, I always think of Maniac as a stupid Don Henley song, and it's not Don Henley.
Number 22, Electric Avenue, Eddie Grant.
Oh, yes.
That's a good one.
We're gonna rock down to Electric Avenue. Oh, that's my jam.
Oh, I messed up on the song then. My bad, dude. All right, so number 23, What I Am, Edie Brickell and New Bohemians. Number 24, Past the Dutchie, Musical Youth.
Menudo? Musical Youth.
Yeah, Musical Youth. And then finally, my first heartbreak song by the girl that did not recognize me, I Just Died in Your Arms by Cutting Crew.
Crew.
Yes,
So one thing I realized after we went through this is if I had thought about songs that are on the Wedding Singer soundtrack, I would have done a lot better in that round. Because like half of those songs in that movie, I'm so mad at.
You have that good of a memory of the Wedding Singer soundtrack?
I've seen it. Well, I've seen a movie enough times that I can think about songs that were behind certain scenes. Like 99 Lift Balloons was in there, Past the Dutchie. Like I can remember like what was happening in the movie when those songs were playing. So You Spin Me Round and Round, that I was like, oh
yeah.
Such a good movie, by the way. Man. Oh, I love that movie.
That's one of, I'm not sure, it might be his best movie.
Probably my favorite of his.
It's one of them for sure. One of the top 2 or 3.
Mm-hmm.
It's Billy Idol's best movie.
He's not wrong.
That is your warming up Chris question of the episode. So thank you, VH1, for that list.
All right. Well, great job, Chris. So today's episode is number 292. 292.
Wow. We're rocking into 300.
I know we're getting close. And then, after another year or so, we'll be around 350.
Tree fitty.
So yeah, this is on the main feed. Want to give a shout out to everybody, say hello, and I want to mention a couple of things. First off, I haven't been doing a good job of this, but the Everyday Q&A Trivia Calendar is available for purchase right now. In fact, it's coming down to the end. We're getting close at this point. When this comes out, we will be close to the point where we need to finalize sales so that we can get our shipping orders set up and get them out to everybody before Christmas. So if you want a copy of the best trivia calendar in the world, make sure you go to triviacalendar.net and pick up your copy of the Everyday Q&A Trivia Calendar for 2021. Remember, if you buy more than one, you get 20% off of the full order. So buy more than one and you get a great deal. Other things to note, we have one of the new rewards after the Patreon refresh is that I'm going to be doing a monthly Zoom session for our captains and above. So this is at the $15 a month level and above. I'm going to have basically an OMG Zoom hour, and the first one has already been scheduled. It's a couple of weeks from now that went out to everybody who's invited. So if you are interested in that, then and you're at the appropriate Patreon level, then make sure that you check your messages and come join me so that we can hang out. Anything else? I feel like I'm missing things.
Don't forget to sign on to Patreon to see other choices of getting more than just 2 free episodes.
Of course, the basics. Thank you, Chris. And if you like Trivial Warfare and want more of it, our patrons get double the episodes. You need to be a lieutenant or higher in the Trivial Warfare Army, and you do that by going to trivialwarfarearmy.com and signing up. You'll get twice as many episodes and access to a whole slew of awesome bonuses as well. Okay.
Hey, Jonathan, what if I want to just do bonus episodes? Can I do that?
Absolutely. We have a $2 tier. It is called the Bonus Brigade. And you get access to bonus episodes that are put out. You don't get all the extra main shows, but you get a lot of bonuses because we've done a lot over the years. So make sure if you want to just get a little bit more, but don't want to spend a lot of money, you can join the Bonus Brigade. All right, Chris, today's game. Chris is hosting. It's Jonathan and Courtney versus Ben and Paul. And it's time to play the game.
Play us. Oh, yeah. Y'all know what time it is. This is Mr. Literature himself, cordially inviting you to the game. This is 6 rounds of trivia goodness. 3 questions per round. Every right answer gets you 10 points. In the middle, we'll take a pause for the cause and ask a midpoint question worth up to 20 juicy points. After round 6, you can wager any or all those points you've been building up and take a shot at the final round. It's a series of theme-based questions we call the Gauntlet. It's just that easy, baby. But this game ain't gonna play itself, players. Let's get it on.
Your round 1, question 1 category is, you call that a movie? And your question is, Mariah Carey played the character Billy Frank in what movie that has a 7% rating on Rotten Tomatoes?
Go ahead and lock us in, Courtney.
We are locked in.
All right, Ben and Paul can talk it out.
Go ahead, Paul.
Well, I can only think of one Mariah Carey movie, and that's it's pretty bad, apparently, and that's Glitter.
Yep, that's what we said.
How dare you say it's bad? 7% of the people who watched it thought it was pretty good.
Well, 7% of the people are wrong.
Yeah, this is the association of Mariah Carey and bad movie. First thing that pops to mind is Glitter.
And that's what we went with.
All right. And your answer is Glitter. Well done, everybody. All right.
Yeah, in my mind, it was like, is it Geely? No, that's the one with J-Lo.
Oh, yeah, that's, J-Lo.
Oh, I thought Geely was Angelina Jolie.
No, Geely was J-Lo and Ben Affleck.
Oh, you're right. That is them.
Yeah.
What am I thinking of?
Bennifer.
That was Bennifer. That's right. And I forgot to say, round one is my question round, and you'll see what I mean in a second. So your next question, your next category is, you broke what?
Oh, okay.
And the question is, what object, according to historian David Kimball, was damaged in 1846 during either on the 4th of July or George Washington's birthday celebration and was never repaired?
And this was before David Kimball went on to be the fugitive?
You know, it didn't hit me until you just mentioned that.
It's not. I don't think it's. I think his name's Richard Kimball in the show. I'm not sure, but Kimball. You give me a Dr. Kimball, it's a fugitive.
Yeah, you're right.
We're locked
We are
in.
locked in, by the way.
Oh, we are too.
Yeah. Do we want
Do you want a 3, 2, 1?
Oh, Jinx, you owe me a Coke.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, you count, Paul.
Oh, okay.
All right, Courtney, you get to talk for us.
3, 2, 1. Liberty Bell.
There we go.
And Chris, since I know you're a How I Met Your Mother fan, one of my favorite episodes would be Licking the Liberty Bell.
Episode 3 of the first season. Oh, it tastes like a penny. All right, and yes,
tastes
the
like
answer,
freedom.
And yes, the answer is the Liberty Bell. And the inscription of it is, proclaim liberty throughout all the land unto the inhabitants thereof. It's part of Leviticus 25:10. So 10 points for everybody. Well done. Your final question in round one is, the category is, who am I? This question is actually written by Joey Schwenk. So Joey, thank you very much.
Thank you, Joey.
Thanks, Joey.
Yeah, I was actually he sent it in kind of late yesterday, and I was like, I love this question. I'm deleting one of mine and throwing it in here, so it's great.
Hey, before you ask it, quick reminder for anybody who wants to submit questions, warm it up, Chris questions, or any categories, you can go to trivialwarfare.com, and there is a section for submitting questions. You choose who it goes to, you choose what category it is, and you share the question and the answer, and that's how you get questions on the show.
And speaking for myself, I appreciate the help. So your Joey Schwenk question is, and who am I? The band that I am frontman for since 1988 is a 2020 Rock and Roll Hall of Fame inductee. In addition to over 25 Grammy nominations and 4 wins, I won an Oscar and a Golden Globe in 2011 for Best Original Score for my work on The Social Network. I just won my first Primetime Emmy for the music composition for the HBO series Watchmen. In 2019, Lil Nas X sampled a song of mine called 34 Ghosts IV, or 4, whichever it is, in his smash single Old Town Road, winning me a CMA award. Who am I? That's actually a kind of an important question because this is almost an EGOT winner.
This is when I wish we had Jenny Thomas on the show. Jenny is, I can't remember her title, but she is one of the head curators at the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about that.
Yeah, so she would know really quick. There's so much information there, it feels bad to struggle like this.
It's probably one of those questions, if you get it wrong, you're going to kick yourself a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
I know I will.
I will start kicking immediately.
Oh, no.
Because I've got nothing. I know my strengths, and this ain't it.
We are locked in.
Yeah,
okay, cool.
locked in.
All right.
Well, we are struggling.
Yeah, I mean, so I know when you think about Grammy-winning musicians and then also who went into composing for TV shows and that kind of stuff and for movies, that's a pretty short list. And if you don't know who they are, you don't know who they are, right? The one that I know is somebody who did that is Danny Elfman, who was the lead singer for Kajagoogoo and went on to be a huge composer for musical scores and whatnot. I am really thinking deeply about the wording of the question, and it's leading me to what I think our answer is going to be. So he said joined my band as if the band might have existed beforehand. or at least the phrasing made me think that. And so I'm throwing a shot in the dark at Sammy Hagar, thinking he joined Van Halen around that time maybe, and they could have gone into the Hall of Fame this year. And sure, what's he been doing with the last 10 years? Maybe he was doing composer stuff. So we're going to guess Sammy Hagar.
All right. Paul and Ben?
So for us, a little bit of similarity. Elfman was the first name that came to mind that came up in our conversation. But then we thought, well, maybe he predates 1988. Mm-hmm. So we kind of was kicking him around. And it was like, well, if we don't have anything better, let's go with Elfman. And then I was like, well, this isn't like U2 or REM or anybody like that, right? And Paul was like, no. And I was like, okay, so let me try to think of bands that I don't listen to. So I was kicking around. I kicked around Pearl Jam, and then we landed on Coldplay. He was like, Coldplay seems good. I was like, okay, who's the front man for that? And Paul's like, Eddie Vedder.
No, I meant for Pearl Jam. So I was happy with Pearl Jam, because that's about the right era. And I think Eddie joined them after. So I think we got confused there with their conversation. So, I was happy with Pearl Jam.
You did say Pearl Jam. I just misspoke just now.
Oh, that's okay. No, all good.
So we locked in with Eddie Vedder.
Okay. All right. So just to do a correction, Danny Elfman was in the band Oingo Boingo.
Oingo Boingo. I get them and Kajagoogoo mixed up all the time.
Yeah, I was going to say, I think you've said that once or twice before on the show, as a matter of fact, but you've stayed consistent. So
Thank you, Chris. My bad.
Unfortunately, 10 points are going to go to Joey Schwenk on this one. The answer is the lead singer for Nine Inch Nails, Trent Reznor.
Wow.
Of course.
He's definitely a composer.
Mm-hmm. So for me, Nine Inch Nails is in that U2, REM, Coldplay, Pearl Jam category. I don't know how different their music is, but they're all the same to me.
It's like super, super, super different. I don't feel any remorse over this. I was never a Nine Inch Nails guy. There's nothing I was going to pull from this.
Gotcha. So after round one, it is a tie ball game. Jonathan and Courtney, Ben and Paul all have 20 points. Your round two, question one category is in animals. And your question is... Animal. Sorry, I forgot to pause for you for that. My bad.
You don't have to pause.
Your question is, Sir Niels Olav III was knighted in 2008 by Norwegian King Harald V. This was an odd circumstance because Sir Niels Olav III is not human. What animal did the country of Norway knight in 2008?
Paul seems pretty sure, so we're going to lock in.
We're locked in.
Wow, that was fast.
All right, Courtney, we can talk.
Oh, great. I have nothing to say.
Oh, good. What would you consider a Norse animal to be? If you could just say
like a reindeer?
Or a goat. Like Thor's the things that pulled his chariot were goats.
I mean, if you talk about what kind of animals that people love to bestow honor upon, dog is always a good answer.
How do you spell Niles Olav, Chris?
Yes, sir. It is Nils and then Olav.
Okay, Nils. I don't think it'll be dog, just because that's the default answer,
Yeah.
Norway, is it Norway or Finland that does the whole North Pole thing?
That's Finland that does that.
Oh, thank you, Paul.
That's okay.
Yeah. So
we appreciate your contribution.
Yeah, that's going to take us away from reindeer, perhaps, even though that might have been like double secret strategery there. You never know.
Secret strategery.
I honestly don't know. It's just a shot in the dark. Would you rather go dog, goat, or reindeer?
Let's go goat.
All right. We're going to get our goat.
Ben and Paul.
It's all you, Paul.
Okay, we locked in with a penguin.
Ooh.
All right. And the answer is the king penguin.
Wow.
Ben and Paul get points.
Wow.
Yes.
Okay, I totally don't understand this.
How'd you know this, Paul? Tell us this story.
I have no idea. I was reading it randomly, and they've just got this penguin, and I can't remember if it was in a zoo or something like that, but they knighted him. It was just such a random thing. I thought it was so funny.
Wow.
Well, yes. I mean, and the crazy part is he is considered a brigadier, brigadier corporal in the Norwegian army, and they actually have this penguin survey the soldiers on a yearly basis where he walks up and down.
Oh, that's what I saw. Yeah, it's so cute.
Yeah. It's amazing. Penguin has its own patch. that goes on his flipper and the whole bit. It is incredible.
We have listeners in Norway. Y'all, somebody reach out and tell me what the hell this is about.
Is that supposed to instill confidence in your army when you have a penguin in it?
It's like, look at this penguin can hit a shot. Surely you can. Quit being such a bad shot.
They'll be too busy laughing to attack. That's the problem.
Ah, good point. Good point.
We must protect the fish reserves. I mean, it just makes me wonder what their general joint chiefs of staff looks like. We got the reindeer, we got the penguin, we got a goat, and we got a dog.
It's a fun read. So just if you ever get a chance, go out and take a look at Sir Nils Olaf III, or Niles, whichever it is.
It's got to be Nils.
Your second question, round 2. The category is in science.
Science.
Name the two elements that make up roughly 74.9% and 23.8% of the mass of the sun.
We're locked in.
All right, they're locked in.
Courtney, I'm right there with you. Hydrogen and helium. That's my understanding. That is what that is.
Yeah, there's the old They Might Be Giants song about the sun, where the sun is a mass of incandescent gas, and it turns hydrogen into helium.
Ooh, I like it. Well, let's go with that.
Yeah. All right, and Paul and Ben?
Same answers, hydrogen and helium.
That's a good answer to get, because the answer is hydrogen and helium. Well done.
They Might Be Giants. Are those the guys that did the Mickey Mouse Clubhouse theme song?
Yes.
That sounds familiar.
Oh, did they? I didn't know that.
Yeah,
I know they did Istanbul and Istanbul, obviously, but I didn't know.
They also did the Malcolm in the Middle theme song.
Yes.
Oh, that's right.
That's a good band.
It is.
Yeah, they actually played for Geek Bowl a couple of years ago.
Yeah. That is a perfect.
Oh, it was really perfect. It was great. That was them in Chicago. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, that was the Chicago. That was this year.
Oh, it was this year's. Okay, yeah. Wow. Before the world shut down. Your last question in the second round, the category is in world history. Your question is, what title? Thank you. What title, meaning great general, was used for military dictators of Japan beginning in the 12th century and lasting until 1867, when Tokugawa Yoshinobu relinquished the office to Emperor Meiji in 1867 as part of the Meiji Restoration?
I'm with you, Courtney.
Are y'all locked in then?
Oh, we have three.
Meow! Oh, they got meow meows, Paul.
All right.
Uh-oh, we're in trouble.
We could
so Ben and Paul, you could talk it out.
By the way,
Paul,
Courtney, I get an email every time you send me a message in Twitter. We're doing Twitter chat, and I get emails when people send those. I have like 40 emails from you right now.
You can put me in the spam filter.
This is awful.
Folks at Google are like, what the hell is going on right now? So, Paul, the only contribution that I have is from the movie The Last Dragon, where Sho'nuff walks in and he says, I'm the Shogun of Harlem. So
that sounds good to me. Yeah.
I don't know if Shogun is right. Is the right answer here. You said Shinto.
Yeah, I knew it was something like that. So I think you might be on the right track, but I'm happy to go with that.
Well, I think Shogun is like the equivalent of like a master. So I don't know if they would call their great generals that, but this was pre-industrial revolution era. So
yeah, I think Shogun's pretty good.
Okay.
Let's lock that in. Yep.
Right, we'll lock in with Shogun.
Courtney, doesn't it suck for them to get the right answer from the friggin' Shogun of Harlem?
That was a great movie, though.
Man.
Yeah, I'm getting it from like scholarly things, and he's getting it from Kung Fu, right?
From The Last Dragon.
Fantastic.
Yeah, we said Shogun. I believe their governmental system was called a shogunate, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep.
And to back up Ben, The Last Dragon is an amazing movie. Bruce Leroy is my hero. And the answer is Shogun. Well done, both teams.
Someday we will do a before and after about Bruce Leroy Jenkins.
Oh, man.
So after 2 rounds, Ben and Paul got a lead, 50 to Jonathan and Courtney's 40. Your round 3, question 1 category is fun with flags. Your question is, what country's flag has 3 vertical stripes of green, then white, then red, with the national coat of arms in the center of it?
Repeat, please.
Absolutely. What country's flag has 3 vertical stripes of green, then white, then red, going left to right, with the national coat of arms in the center of it?
So it's a total of 3 stripes?
Yes, that's correct.
Courtney, we can lock that in.
Yeah.
Do I hear some meow meows?
Yeah, pretty. Meow.
That sounds like at least 2 meow meows.
Ben and Paul, you can talk it out.
So,
Well, the
Paul,
first thing I thought of was Andorra, but I think that's blue, not green.
So I know that Italy has green, white, and red, but there's no emblem in the middle. And
Oh, hang on. I think it's Mexico, isn't it?
I was just about to say that. And I get this from watching Oscar de la Hoya in boxing and how he always comes to the ring with that green, white, and red with the emblem in the middle. So you want to lock in Mexico?
I think we'll lock in with the Mexico.
All right. We're locked in.
Okay. Jonathan, Courtney.
So Courtney, a week ago, as part of Hispanic Heritage Month, in one of our team meetings, one of our all IT meetings, we all did our team's backgrounds as flags of countries that we had connections with, Hispanic countries. And for me, I'm half Mexican. So I had the green, white, and red of the Mexican flag proudly shining behind me. So I was 100% on this.
Nice.
And your answer is Mexico. Well done, both teams. All right. Jonathan, when he thinks he can get a little, he can tie it up. Ben and Paul go, not so fast.
I don't know why you only had 2 meow meows on that.
I was just playing.
Oh, okay. Gamification. I understand.
Your question 2 in round 3 is in geography. And your question is, in 1960, India and Pakistan signed a treaty ending years of dispute between the 2 countries about dam building over what river?
You want to lock in, Paul?
I think so.
Okay. We are locked in.
So, Courtney, the 2 rivers that I'm aware of in the Indian subcontinent are the Ganges and the Indus.
Yeah, and the Indus is definitely further north. I really should know this off the top of my head. I have family in India. I've been to India. I have not been that far north, but I'm pretty sure it's the Indus.
Yeah, Pakistan is northwest, right?
Right.
Northeast. Sorry, is it northeast or northwest?
Northwest.
Northwest. Okay, sorry. Yeah, if you believe one is southern and one is northern, then let's go with the northern one. We'll say the Indus.
Sounds good. Lock in.
And if we miss it, perhaps it will end us.
Oh, God. Grown.
Did there.
Grown.
All right.
Paul.
So Ben and Paul, after we try to get over that.
Yeah, I think we've blown it. Well, the first one I thought of was the Ganges, and I forgot about the Indus, so I think we've gone with Ganges.
Okay.
Yep.
And the answer is the Indus River.
All right.
Yes.
Well done.
Okay, my family doesn't have to disown me.
That's right.
Man, that would have been rough.
So, question about India, Courtney. I
Yes.
had a colleague that was from India. We were talking about population density, and I was describing about Manhattan being the busiest place I ever been to in terms of traffic and people. And he said, "Yeah, India is like Manhattan except everywhere."
Yes.
Like that
So
sounds like a nightmare.
Yeah, I've been to Mumbai, and I have never felt so overwhelmed in my life because you have everything that you would have in an American city, plus cows and camels and goats and everything else that's going through the city streets as well.
Wow,
Yeah,
that's insane.
it is.
How do you keep track of whose goat is whose?
By its name, duh.
Sorry, of course. Excuse me,
goat,
Mr. Goat. What is your last name?
Pookie.
He's like, sing. It's like,
Ray, where you at? Ray.
Yeah, well, Shah is basically the Jones of India. So if my goats were Goaty McShaw, that would not work very well.
oh boy.
Got him
my
a goat
gosh.
face.
Ben's got his next shirt. So your third question in the third round is the category is in yes, heck. What artist in 1995 had the first U.S. #1 album to be released by male solo artist in prison?
We are locked in.
Courtney, yeah, I'm leaning that way too. I don't know for sure whether he had a #1, but it wouldn't shock me at all. The timing is definitely right for Tupac. He was definitely incarcerated around that time. And I'm trying to think if the album name was Picture Me Rollin' or not. I think it might be something along those lines. But I think Tupac's the right answer. So we should go with that.
That sounds good with me.
All right, we're going to say Tupac Shakur.
Okay, Ben and Paul.
Yeah, Tupac and Music came to mind. Yeah, album name is escaping me. I think it was Dear Mama. I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure that was the album that Dear Mama was on. But I was graduating high school, going into college during this time, so Tupac was front and center in my mind. So we locked in with Tupac Shakur.
Okay, and the album is Me Against the World.
Oh yeah,
the artist is Tupac Shakur. 10 points for both teams. Well, we got a great game going on here going into the midpoint. As of the midpoint, we are all tied up. Jonathan and Courtney, Ben and Paul all have 70 points.
Ooh.
All right, your midpoint category. This question actually comes from our buddy Derek Schrappel. So, Derek, thank you very much.
Thank you, Derek.
Memphis Wrestling.
Memphis Wrestling, that's right. Yep, you should definitely check him out on Twitter and his podcast that he just released. So there you go. The category is in sports ball stadiums. All right.
Oh, jeez.
Your question is, for 5 points each, I want you to name the 4 out of the 5 teams that use the oldest, in terms of age, stadiums by the National Football League as of the start of the 2020 season.
Okay, so you're not giving us the stadiums. We're going based on the oldest.
Big disadvantage.
Yes.
Yeah,
and
Paul, I'm going to say I'm really grateful I got a partner on this one.
And because of the various names of the stadiums, that's why I'm asking for the NFL team names, not the stadium names. Okay?
So the teams that play in the 5 oldest NFL stadiums.
That's correct. I want 4 out of the 5.
So if a stadium was renovated, that doesn't reset the age, right?
That does not reset the age.
Got it. Okay. I'm literally going AFC East. NFC East.
Yeah, right.
AFC South. NFC South.
What's really a pain is when they build a new one and name it the same thing. It's like, damn.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Chris, is it the age of the stadium itself? Like if somebody moved into an existing stadium? Or is it
That's
the
correct.
age?
Yes.
Or is it how long they've been there?
Technically, for all of these, it's how long they've been there, but it's the age of the stadium is what I'm looking for.
Okay. So I'll give you an example. The Rays moved into the Sundome and renamed it Tropicana Field, right? Are you looking for the beginning of when the Sundome was built, or is it at the point that the Rays moved into it that you start counting? Because that makes a big difference for some of these teams.
No, I'm looking for the building that was moved into then, and using that.
Okay.
So the day they moved into the building.
No, I'm looking
when the building was built.
When the building was built.
Got it.
Okay.
And you want 4
out of the 5. Yeah, that's correct. Yeah.
I'm wondering how much argumentation possibilities there are here.
We're going to find out, aren't we?
We are.
I didn't feel like there was.
Yeah, but it's only if you didn't think about the things that a person might be arguing for.
Well, let's finish it up and we will discuss.
Okay. I'm locked in.
Because I have a backup.
Paul, I'll send you my answers just so you see them. I'm locked in, though.
You're locked in, Ben?
Thank you.
Yep.
Courtney, it's a real struggle. There are some teams that are obviously in new stadiums, right? So you don't want to count those. Lambeau feels clearly to be one of the oldest for sure, right?
Yeah.
The Jaguars are one of the ones that all of that conversation were about because they didn't exist until 1995, but the Alltel Stadium, or whatever they call it now, was a renovated version of the Gator Bowl, which existed for a long, long, long time before that.
Okay.
And so, based on what Chris has shared, we have to give the Gator Bowl credit for its full life, which means I would say the Jaguars are one of the teams on this list. I feel like the Chiefs have been in Arrowhead since the beginning. And they joined the NFL in the 60s, and it may have been around before that. I don't know for sure. But I'm feeling like the Chiefs are a team that's been in their same place for a long time. I don't know if the Dolphins stadium, the Dolphins play, I don't even know where, the Land Shark Stadium now. Yeah, I'm not even joking. But I'm not sure if it's the same building as Pro Player and Joe Robbie were, but that's the names that they used to play at. And if it's the same building, then it's pretty old, but I don't know. Land Shark might be a new stadium.
Well, I'm going to defer to your vastly superior knowledge on this than I have, because My football has a round ball and uses the feet more.
Yeah, okay. You brought up the Bears, and I'm really wondering if Soldier Field... I know that Soldier Field has a lot of... When I went to Chicago, it's this fancy, big, weird spaceship-looking building, right? If it's a renovation to the original Soldier Field, which I think it is, then that would be on this list. So right now, I'm leaning towards Packers, Jags, Chiefs, Bears. It's not going to be the Cardinals or the Rams or the Raiders or the Seahawks. It's not the Vikings. It's not the Saints. The Superdome was built in 65, 66, 67. I think Arrowhead's older than that. I think the Gator Bowl's older than that. It's not anything in Texas. It's not Atlanta. It's not the Patriots or the Giants or the Jets. It's not Detroit. It's not the Steelers. It's not the...
Yeah, I'm happy with your choices.
Yeah.
Keep rolling, dude.
I'm worried about them. I'm worried about the Bengals. I don't know if they built a new stadium or not, or if they still play in Riverfront. They must not be playing in Riverfront. That would be awful. Yeah, let's go with it. We're going to say the Packers, Jags, Chiefs, and Bears.
Okay.
I had a very similar thought process. The Jaguars, obviously, I think we were both looking at, okay, are we looking at how long the team has been in the building or how long the building was? I know that was a Gator Bowl, for many decades. Chiefs, I feel like Arrowhead is like one of the oldest original stadiums or the oldest original stadium in the NFL, something to that degree. Packers, obviously, Lambeau Field. They haven't played anywhere else since the 30s. I think they played there since the 30s or something like that. The Dolphins, I think, have moved into a new stadium, so I didn't say them. I was worried about Soldier Field with the Bears, but I think they play in a different place now. I don't think they play in Soldier Field anymore.
Oh, they definitely do.
Okay, so if you may have me on that one, but I did also put the Saints down because I know that the Superdome's been around a long time. So my answers were Packers, Chiefs, Jaguars, and Saints.
Okay.
All right, very good. Before I give you guys the list, just to let you know, the Gator Bowl as the original was gone. In 1993, they demolished the whole thing and built it from the ground up.
Really?
So that is not on the list. Yes.
Okay.
100%. I went out there and took a look at it because I remember so many great Gator moments out there. For 2 years, Florida, Georgia did not play there. No, for 2 years, Florida, Georgia was not played there. They played it at the home and homes there. So, but your answers for this are number 1, 1924 Soldier Field, Chicago Bears.
Ooh, good job, Courtney.
Number 2, 1957 Lambeau Field, Green Bay Packers. Number 3, 1972 Arrowhead Stadium, the KC Chiefs, Kansas City Chiefs. Number 4, and this is one of the reasons why I asked for the team names. A New Era Field, 1973, was the Buffalo Bills. The Buffalo Bills Stadium has been around for forever.
I was thinking about Ralph Wilson Stadium and wondering if it had been redone or moved or what.
Yeah, that was the main reason why I asked for the teams instead of the name of the stadium, because that New Era, nobody was going to get that. Well, nobody got it anyway. And then number 5, Mercedes-Benz Superdome, 1975, the New Orleans Saints. Again, 15 points for each team.
Tight game.
All right.
And we missed the same thing for the same reason.
Yeah. After midpoint, Jonathan and Courtney, 85 points. Ben and Paul, 85 points. It's round 4. It's question 1. You know what that means. Chris absolutely destroys a hit.
All right, here we go.
And this song is actually...
Is it a one-hit wonder from the 80s?
It is not a one-hit wonder from the 80s. I'm sorry. But Scott Barber said, Chris, I think this would be a fantastic song for you to do. So thank you, Scott, for this idea. And I want you to name this number 3 Billboard Hot 100 hit song from 1999. In 2010, Billboard magazine named it the number 14 biggest summer song of all time. Here is the lyrics. I stayed all summer, then went back home. Macaulay Culkin was in Home Alone. Fell deep in love, and now we ain't speaking. Michael J. Fox was Alex P. Keaton. All right, so here are the lyrics.
Time out.
Okay.
That was incredible, dude. That was really, really good. That might be the best I've ever heard you sing.
Wow, thank you.
That was really great.
My laughter was not at your performance. It was at how completely unfamiliar these lyrics are.
Yeah, no, I'm with you on that. But that was a great performance, Chris.
It was a great performance.
It was very good.
I practiced it a lot, and I had Angie, who was working behind me when I was practicing it, laughing her head off. So the lyrics are, the first line, it's 4 lines, everybody. So here's the first one. Stayed all summer, then went back home. Second line, Macaulay Culkin was in Home Alone. Third line, fell deep in love, but now we ain't speaking. Final line, Michael J. Fox was Alex P. Keaton.
This is so silly.
But thank you very much. I worked on that. That was fun.
That third lyric, fell deep in love, but now, how's that go?
Yeah, fell deep in love, but now we ain't speaking.
Courtney, the reason I can't just lock in is I feel pretty sure that the song that I'm thinking of is going to be the right answer. But I'm not sure that the thing that I think is the right answer is the song that I'm naming. Does that make sense?
Yes, it makes a lot of sense.
Okay, so let's keep on talking.
Okay.
I'm going to stand up and pace for a second.
Drive you to exercise this question. How come when I'm listening in my car, I'm yelling and saying, I know this, how can you not know this? And then, of course, when I'm on...
You were not the first one that has said that.
This one's going to hurt a lot worse than Trent Reznor.
Yeah, we just flat out didn't know Trent Reznor.
Yeah, this one, I hear the start of the chorus, and I'm sure that's the same song. I don't know what song that is.
I mean, I can't think of anything other than what you suggested.
Let's just go with that and take our medicine.
I'm good with that. Yeah.
All right, we're going to lock in.
Yeah, we were just coming to a conclusion at the same time. We were drawing blanks originally, and the first thing I said was, based on this, it might be a rap song by a white band.
All right.
Or something super poppy. So we started going the pop route. It's like, well, it could be a female artist. Couldn't get anything. And then I said, well, I know that Santana song was really big in 1999. I think it was like the #1 song of that year. I know that's not the right song, but that's the era we're talking about. And then Paul said, it sounds like something that Weezer would do. So, it does sound like something Weezer would do. But of course, I don't really know Weezer that well. So then I just threw out Pretty Fly for a White Guy. Paul was like, well, that's not the right band. I was like, I know, but I still like the song. So we locked in with Pretty Fly for a White Guy. You wanted the song, right?
Yes, please.
Yeah, Pretty Fly for a White Guy.
Gotcha. All right.
So there's a song out there, and the chorus is New Kids on the Block had a lot of hits. Da, 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 da. And I can't think of what the hell that song is. But I feel like it's got to be the right answer because it's referencing stuff from the 80s in a musical way. Around the time period, we got a one-hit wonder that we could name, but I don't think it's I don't think it's the same song I'm singing, but we ended up going with Steal My Sunshine.
Okay. Well, Jonathan, the good news for you is that you had the right song with those lyrics. The bad news is not the right song with the answer.
We know.
The answer is Summer Girls by LFO.
Oh, I was never going to get that.
You know what, Courtney? I didn't know the name of the band or the song.
Yeah.
I've heard the song a few times, but I didn't know the information about it. I guess I don't feel bad.
Truth be known, I hate this song. I'm just not a fan.
All I was thinking was Adam Sandler at first, where he just starts listing things that happen to rhyme. And
You're right.
Like, well, that's not going to help me any.
All right. Well, let's move on.
If you gave me the lyrics to Lunch Ladyland, I'd nail that.
Fair enough.
I can do that. Hoagies and grinders, navy beans.
Red hooded sweatshirt.
Ram-a-lemon ding dong sweatshirt. That was the one that was in my head.
So your question 2 in round 4 is in geography.
Geography.
And your question is, what Canadian province name means where the river narrows, in Algonquin or Ojibwe?
Courtney, I feel relatively confident that it's not British Columbia.
I'm with you there.
Okay.
You're helping the other team.
Not going to be Nova Scotia.
Yeah,
Actually, let's not help them any more than that. They might have gone Nova Scotia.
Okay, we're locked in.
So we had just been narrowing it down. Courtney, it sounded like you knew more about Ojibwe than I do. Could you say anything about that?
Yeah, so one of the things that I find interesting in studying history and how we name stuff is that Ojibwe and Chippewa are both the same nation. Just one is the English transliteration of it and one is the French transliteration of it.
Oh, wow.
And so the Ojibwe are, I believe, sort of near the upper Great Lakes region. So it'd be north of the Great Lakes there. So I was trying to get as close to Ontario as possible, and I couldn't remember which province was next door.
That makes me feel like Manitoba then. So we were debating between Saskatchewan and Manitoba, and we were about to give in and just go with Saskatchewan because it's something that just begs you to look it up and figure out where the name Saskatchewan comes from. But now that you've said that, I think I have made the mistake once of saying Saskatchewan was the farthest west other than British Columbia and was proven wrong. That it's
I think that's Alberta.
Yeah, that it's actually British Columbia, Alberta, Saskatchewan, Winnipeg, and then Ontario.
Mm-hmm.
Holmes a thing? That's the Great Lakes. What is Holmes? Holmes is a acronym
Holmes
for
is
something.
the Great Lakes.
Okay.
Yeah.
There's an acronym for doing the provinces in order, and it starts with B. It's BA something. BAS probably.
BA Baracus.
Exactly. I pity the fool who doesn't know their provinces. No, I think Saskatchewan is after Alberta, and Manitoba is the one closer to Ontario. And so it could be Ontario then as well if it's Great Lakes related. I didn't realize how good your knowledge was of the region from
let's see if we get the question right before we say my knowledge is great.
Well, you got it. You clearly know where these people lived.
Okay.
And that lends it to being either Ontario or Manitoba.
And if that's the case, I'm leaning Manitoba.
What's the definition again, Chris?
Where the river narrows.
Which river do you think? Like Lake Champlain narrowing into the St. Lawrence?
That's way on the other side.
Oh, is that not close? That's in Ontario, isn't it?
That's on the eastern side, though.
But so it's too far away. Okay.
I would think. And again, all of this is, not a whole lot of thunder on this.
Okay. I'm really hurting here because now the same logic I was using to say, well, Chris is more likely to wonder where Saskatchewan came from than Manitoba. He's also more likely to find a question about Ontario than Manitoba. Manitoba is one of those provinces that you just don't think about that much.
Manitoba is the North Dakota of Canada.
Exactly. And I love you, David Kendall up in Winnipeg. Sorry for bashing Manitoba. That makes me lean towards Ontario more and more, based on location and question writing logic.
Okay.
You want to do that?
Sure.
I'm not pushing you into it, am I?
No. I'm floating around. I'm looking for a place to land.
All right. We're going to guess Ontario then.
Okay. And Ben and Paul.
We didn't even think Ontario. I thought that was more of an English word, but probably not. We didn't even sort of discuss that, did we, Ben?
No. I had dismissed it in my mind also.
We sort of walked around Saskatchewan, I can't pronounce it now, Manitoba.
Just call it Western Canada.
Yukon. Yeah, that's it, Western Canada. I said Yukon, but as Ben pointed out, that's actually a territory, so we wrote that one off. But we went with Saskatchewan, didn't we?
Yep.
Okay.
Watch it be Manitoba right in the middle.
Well, the river in question that we're looking for is the St. Lawrence River, and the answer is Quebec.
Oh my goodness!
Wow.
Doggone it!
So Quebec and Ontario obviously came to mind first, but I dismissed it because I'm like, those don't sound like Algonquin words.
I thought Quebec was a French word.
I thought so too. I didn't even consider it.
We got there geographically in our conversation and everything.
We went around and I said, I can't think of any rivers in the prairie states, but prairie provinces, but yeah.
Wow. Okay. Well, that's a really good. I love that question, by the way.
That's a good question.
That's something that is right there for you. And if you don't get it, it's on you, not the question.
Man, I just feel bad that I'm now 2 for 2 in the second half.
That's a good question, dude.
Questions right. All right, cool.
10 points for Hufflepuff.
Woohoo! So your third question in round 4. Hopefully this will be a little bit better for y'all. And the category is famous resumes. And the question is, before making headlines on July 2nd, 1937, what woman worked as a career counselor and advisor in aeronautics at Purdue University between 1935 and 1937?
Yeah, I'm in the same place, Courtney. Let's go ahead and do it. We're locked in.
Okay.
I'm glad y'all did that because I really wanted to be verbal with this. All right, so Paul, 1937, famous female aeronautics. That takes me to Amelia Earhart. Not to be confused with Amelia Earnhardt.
Who apparently is related to one of the Dales.
Yes.
3-car.
Yeah. So, but then you said you're thinking Hedy Lamarr, which I know that you said like radar. She's responsible for some very important technology, but having a specific date there,
Hedley,
that leads me more towards a feat, like something tremendous that was done that particular day instead of like people don't usually record the exact date that the technology was invented. So I want to hear your thoughts because I think you know more about this than me.
Yeah, I remember reading it somewhere, but I thought Amelia Earhart had already been lost by 1937. But I might have my dates wrong, but
it's possible. Because it's one of those things where it's like, you know, Amelia. I get a lot of information conflated between Bessie Coleman, Amelia Earhart, and Lindbergh. It all blends together in my head. So it's possible I could have the dates wrong also.
No, it could be Amelia Earhart because I think there was when she went missing, there was some rumor that she'd been taken by the Japanese or something. So it'd be about the right year, probably. You might be right.
Yeah. So you want to go Earhart?
Yeah, we'll go Earhart.
Okay. We'll lock in with Earhart.
I'm happy.
Well, Ben, thanks for giving me the name Bessie Coleman because that was the other one I was trying to think of.
I was trying to think of her too.
And it's a situation where, you know, Amelia Earhart's the obvious answer, but is there anything else I can come up with? And I think 37 is about right for when she was lost.
I agree.
All right.
So we went with Earhart.
Okay. Thank you. Yep. July 2nd, 1937 was when Amelia Earhart's plane was all of a sudden not responding to calls. And the answer is Amelia Earhart. So after 4 rounds, 95, all tied up. Wow. Here we go. Round 5. Your question or your category for question 1 is in sports groundbreakers. Your question is, what sports organization was Wendell Scott the first African-American to win an event in? Due to racism, he was not awarded the win until 2 hours after the race was over with, and did not receive the trophy for the win until 2010, 47 years after the event and 20 years after Scott died.
Can you read the first part of that? Just what are you asking for?
I'm looking for the sports organization. What sports organization was Wendell Scott the first African-American to win an event in?
Yeah, we're locked in.
Okay.
Courtney, I'm leaning towards NASCAR. I mean, based on the dates, then this event that he won would have been 1963. Which feels firmly within NASCAR's possible existence. And that's really the only name, that's the only organization that jumps to mind.
I like that, and especially topical right now with Bubba and Michael Jordan and the sort of movement within NASCAR right now. So I like that.
All right, we're going to guess NASCAR.
And Paul and Ben.
Yeah, Wendell Scott is kind of a Pavlov with NASCAR for me. Sort of, you know, so it's like 1.5 meow meows.
Meow.
And Paul, yeah. And Paul kind of agreed, especially when you said after the race. I was like, okay, this is definitely racing. So we went also with NASCAR.
Okay. Yeah, I messed up in the question. I should have put event there also. But the answer is NASCAR.
That helped a lot.
NASCAR.
That did help. Like, it's not Formula One.
Here's the crazy part. The race was actually on a half-mile track called Speedway Park in Jacksonville, Florida.
That's interesting.
Yeah, that was where the event was in our hometown. So, yes. So 10 points each team. Well done, and way to go, Chris, for knuckling it up there. Your second question in round 5 is by Rob Warman. Thank you, Rob.
Thanks, Rob.
Rob Warman.
There we go. That's why I was pausing before I told you the category name. And once again, we're going to science.
Science.
Most of the planets in our solar system are named for Roman gods. Name the only one that is named for a Greek god.
We'll lock that in, Paul.
I think so.
Okay, we're locked in.
Okay, Courtney. So Mercury's and Hermes. Mercury's Roman. Venus and Aphrodite. Venus is Roman.
Mars and Aries.
Before we go on Earth, is there another name for Earth that like Sol or that's the sun?
Terra, I think. Isn't Terra the
exact? That's what I'm wondering too.
Now I'm just Guardians of the Galaxy. You know, if you're Earth, you're Terran.
Yeah. Because then you get to Jupiter, Zeus. Jupiter's Roman. Saturn.
Oh God, who's Saturn? No, I can't
is it
remember.
Kronos? I feel like Saturn is Kronos in Greek.
Yeah. Neptune is Poseidon.
Uranus is it's either going to be Earth, Uranus, or Saturn. I'm 95% Saturn's the Roman, and I think Kronos is the Greek.
I think you're right.
I cannot.
I'm trying to remember my Edith Hamilton from when I went through that phase in junior high.
I cannot remember Uranus, what the Greek name would be, but I'm like 80 or 85% that's Roman too, which leads me to believe that the answer is going to be Earth.
I'm super happy with that.
All right, we're going to guess Earth.
Okay. And Ben and Paul.
Go ahead, Paul. It's all you.
I think I might have stuffed this up. Oh, I said Uranus. It's the only one I couldn't think of being a Roman god. Maybe I've misread the question. I think you meant the other planets. At first I thought Earth, but then we locked in with Uranus anyway, so we'll see how we go.
Okay. Yep. Well, this was the primordial Greek god of the gods. It is Uranus.
Great job, Paul.
Nice.
We were close.
What's the Roman counterpart to Uranus?
What is that?
Well, if it's the king of the gods, it'd be Zeus.
No, Zeus and Jupiter are related.
Oh, okay.
Are you sure?
Am I sure what?
Are you sure that Uranus is Greek?
Yes.
Roman equivalent of Uranus is Salus or Caelus.
There you go.
And so apparently the Greek name is Oranos. Ouranos, meaning sky or heaven. There we go. Didn't know. We took a chance on it being the trick question, and it wasn't.
Nope.
Darn.
Rob really doesn't do too many trick questions. Just
it's
FYI,
not a trick question when you name one of the planets. People forget Earth is one of the planets when they're naming them, so it's not a trick.
Wait a second. Earth is a planet?
Yeah.
What? Next thing you know, you're going to tell me Pluto's a planet.
No, Pluto's a dog.
Next thing you're going to tell me Earth is flat.
All right. Your last question and round 5 is in literature.
Literature.
All right. Author Karen Blixen, under the pen name Isaac Dennison, has 2 museums named after her. One is in her home country of Denmark. The second is in what country? The setting of her most famous literary work out of Africa. What country is the second library located in?
So Dennison is credited with writing out of Africa. Did I understand that correctly in the question?
That's correct. The actual person's name was Karen Blixen, but under her pen name, Isaac Dennison, wrote out of Africa.
We're locked in.
All right, they're locked in.
Okay. So yeah, Paul, I think we're grasping at straws here. Mm-hmm. I haven't read the book or seen the movie. If I knew some of the plot, I could probably narrow it down. The only reference I have to this is I remember years ago, Whoopi Goldberg was hosting the Oscars, and I think they were honoring Robert Redford. Was he involved in that movie, Out of Africa?
I believe so.
I think they were honoring.
Familiar now. Yeah.
Yeah, they were honoring Robert Redford, and she was making jokes about all the different movies that he's done. And then she got to Out of Africa. She said, yep, and Out of Africa, which apparently all of us are. I remember her making that joke. But if the movie is depicting people who we like whose descendants are African Americans or people with dark skin, then that's definitely going to be sub-Saharan. And I probably would default to Eastern Africa. So you guessed Kenya. So you're looking at Kenya, Rwanda, Kenya, Rwanda, and Eritrea, places like that. If it's in Africa, more of your Arabic countries, then obviously that's your Egypt to a degree, Tunisia, Libya, Morocco. But neither of us have any connections to the plot, so we're stuck with guessing one of, I think it's 50 plus countries on this continent. So I don't know. I think your guess with Kenya is as good as guess as any.
Yeah, then that's all we've got, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, let's do Kenya.
Yep, we'll lock in with Kenya.
All right, so I took a stab in the dark based on one thing that I think I remember being from the movie, and that's that there's a waterfall of some sort. So I put it in a mountainous country, and I said, let's go Kenya. So we ended up in the same place.
Okay. The Karen Blixen Museum is located in Nairobi, Kenya.
Oh, yes.
Oh, yes.
Great, cool, Paul.
What a great job by both teams. And by teams, I mean people who aren't me. Well done, everybody.
That was a tough question. Well done, everybody. Okay, so going into round 6, Ben and Paul, 125. Jonathan and Courtney, 115.
We can do it, Courtney. We can do it.
All right, round 6. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to introduce you to the Nick Groves round.
Oh,
Nick
God.
Groves wrote all 3 of these.
Here we
Thank
go.
you, Nick.
Jeez, this guy. All right, Nick has evolved into a friend that is close enough to be one of those friends that you have to pick on when you say their name. That's how much time Nick and I spend together doing things. It's pretty fun.
Anyway, I keep thinking of the Saturday Night Live skit. Nick Groves, your company computer guy.
Great. That is not what you want Nick for. Nick has a lot of good skills. That ain't one of them.
All right. So your category in question 1 is time, why you punish me. And the question is, meaning before noon, what does the acronym AM stand for?
Yeah, we can lock that in, Paul.
Yep, we're in.
Okay.
So...
Well, antebellum is before the war, so ante means before.
Okay, I was thinking, because I think PM is post-meridian.
Yeah, so I'm antemeridian.
That seems good to me. Is there any other A words that mean before?
Chris, feel free to jump in if you want to.
Yeah, Chris,
No,
what
he
are
just,
your thoughts?
he just said A words. I was just going to... Never.
Awesome. Average. Yeah, let's do anti. We'll say anti-meridian.
Okay. And Ben and Paul.
Yeah, we went the same.
Anti-meridian.
And your answer is anti-meridian. Well done.
Nice job. That's one of those where I wouldn't get anywhere close to it without having this gut feeling that PM was post-meridian, so you start guessing meridian answers.
Yeah.
Your second category in the Nick Groves round is in assassinations. And your question is, on June 5th, 1968, presidential candidate Robert F. Kennedy was shot by Sirhan outside of which Los Angeles, California hotel?
By the way, for those of you who don't know, Nick is the host of the fantastic game Things That Are Blank, which you should look for on your podcast app because it's awesome. And it's currently on a break right now for the next couple of months, so it's a good time to catch up.
I love that show.
Okay, we are locked in.
Cool.
Oh, Paul, I'm going to know this when I hear it. I asked a question about this a couple years back.
I thought I've heard a question about this.
This was a midpoint. I was asking for locations where people were assassinated, but I only wanted the city. But I know that I've researched this before. I know he was killed in a hotel. I was hoping that he would ask for the city because I knew it was in Los Angeles. But then he said, what, Los Angeles Hotel? I'm like, oh no, I don't know the name. Only name I'm coming up with is Biltmore. But I feel like the name of the hotel is named after a particular locale in Los Angeles, like the Los Angeles Hotel or the Beverly Hills Hotel or the Pasadena Hotel. But none of those things make any sense. And I don't know that
things I've read. Yeah, I think go with Biltmore because I've got nothing.
Is Biltmore in LA?
That's a good question.
Because I don't know. I don't even know if the Biltmore is even associated with LA at all. It could be something totally East Coast. I don't know.
Maybe go Bel Air. I do know that's there.
Bel Air Hotel doesn't sound right though. Man.
Man.
Damn. It's the Halogen Hotel. I know it is.
Lock it in.
The damn Halogen.
damn Halogen Hotel. People getting killed. Oh man, this is gonna suck.
Bromine poisoning.
It was a gas, a liquid, and a solid. Oh God. Okay, we'll just lock in with Biltmore. I'm not going to beat myself up anymore.
That's okay.
Courtney, what did we say? Because I have no idea.
Okay, well, I believe first up, I think the Biltmore is in North Carolina, and that's one of the Vanderbilt properties. So my first reaction on hotels where assassination attempts take place is I've been to the Hilton in D.C. where Reagan was shot, because they refer to it often as the Hinckley Hilton. I had a history conference there. It's fun to get 100 historians together in a place where something happened. Always fun. But I think the thing that sticks out to me is I think it's the Ambassador. And I there was a movie a few years ago about the Robert Kennedy assassination, and so that's the thing that sticks in my mind, and I don't even know why. I hope it's right.
All right, that's your answer?
Yes.
Okay, and the answer is the Ambassador Hotel.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
Wow, Courtney, great job.
All right, historian feeling good.
How dare you ask a historian a history question, Chris? How dare you?
It's always a great feeling when somebody
Amen.
takes the time to tell you about how wrong you are before then giving the right answer. It's always like, crap. Yes, I don't actually have a chance at this.
I knew it was. I felt like it was right, but there was no better answer, so I had to give it, right?
Yep.
Your last question in the Nick Groves round is in music.
Music.
Thank you. Your question is, first performed to a song by Marcia Griffiths, what line dance became popular in 1989?
Can you repeat that, please?
Absolutely. First performed to a song by Marcia Griffiths, and that's Griffiths. What line dance became popular in 1989?
Okay, we're locked in.
Cool.
So, Courtney, do you think the name of the original song by Marcia Griffiths is going to be the name of the dance? Or do you think that they just created a dance and called it something and it's performed to this song?
I mean, the quest, usually I think of the dance being the name of the song, but the way Chris is saying the question, maybe not.
Like your last suggestion, the cha-cha slide seems possible, right?
Yeah.
But I don't.
I mean, the only song I think of for that is the song, the Cha-Cha Slide.
Yeah,
but
and then a male voice?
It is.
Yeah.
But was it done by somebody else earlier, and then Mr. Cha-Cha Slide made his song about it?
Could be.
Yeah. I mean, the timing seems pretty close on that one. That's the only thing I can get that's in that neighborhood.
Mm-hmm. The electric
do not
slide
have a lot of
feels
fire.
earlier.
Yeah.
And then I don't know any other. I don't know enough names of line dances, frankly, to contribute in a strong way here. So I'm perfectly comfortable guessing Cha-Cha Slide and hoping for a good gauntlet.
Let's go for it.
All right, we'll say that Cha-Cha Slide.
Okay, we're going to slide to the right then over to Ben and Paul and try to get their answer.
I felt a lot of pressure on this because, you expect the black guy to have line dancing as one of his kind of Homer categories, right?
The achy breaky heart.
That's the only one I could think of.
So that actually came up in our conversation, but I know that song was after 1989.
Yeah.
And that was an original song. It wouldn't have been. That wasn't a cover. The first thing that popped in my head was Electric Slide, and I know that the song is older than 1989, but I remember the dance becoming popular around that time. So I couldn't think of any other. I was trying to go country and say, are there any big country line dances like the Tush Push and all that? But it didn't seem right to me. The Tush Push.
That's a real thing.
I watch
Sorry,
CMT occasionally.
I lived in Texas. I know that one.
I've never heard of it before, bro. So just like, wow.
I was like, no, there's no famous country line dances that I could think of. So we just locked in with the Electric Slide.
And your answer? The Electric Slide.
Yes. Well done. Well done, Ben.
Oh, that feels bad.
Nice.
So, wow, going into the gauntlet, Ben and Paul, 145. Courtney and Jonathan, 135. Your
We should
gauntlet
have gone
category.
with the obvious one. Hey, this is the most famous line dance. Let's choose that. We should have done that.
Yeah.
Jonathan's looking at you, Nick. All right. So your gauntlet
not to.
category. Okay, fair enough. Your gauntlet category is We're Going Streaking or TWA Gone Wild.
Oh, damn. I don't know what to expect from this.
And again, the score is 145 to 135.
I feel like Vicini right now. I clearly cannot choose the glass in front of me. What in the world can that be? All right, our wager is locked in.
Our wager is also locked in.
Fantastic. So again, the category is We're Going Streaking or TWA Gone Wild. And just to let you know, Jonathan, I'm trying out this new thing because I don't know if you remember the Rocky and Bullwinkle show where they always had like the story. They said the story name and then they said or, and then give the other ones.
Oh, that's cute.
I'm going to try it out and see if I see how I can do that with Gauntlet.
Hey, Rocky, watch me pull a rabbit out of my hat.
Again?
Nothing up my sleeve. Presto.
All right. Your first question in the Gauntlet is, the music group Bare Naked Ladies wrote and performed the theme song for what TV show that ran for 12 seasons?
Yeah, we're locked in.
Okay.
Okay, we're locked in.
Excellent. Your second question. What term for voyeurism was originally coined due to spying on Lady Godiva's infamous ride naked through the town of Coventry in the 11th century? And I can't get the electric slides out of my head now.
All right, let's lock that in, Courtney. All right, we're locked in.
Cool.
Okay, you want to lock that in, Paul?
Yep, we'll lock that one in.
Okay.
All right, excellent. All right, your final question in the Gauntlet is, the Blue Nudes were a series of 4 color lithographs made by an artist who began creating them by cutting and painting pieces of paper by hand and supervising their creation. The reason for this style change was due to the artist having stomach cancer. After this artist's death in 1956, the 4 works were displayed in Verve magazine. Name the artist of the Blue Nudes.
Okay, we're locked in.
Excellent.
You're lucky you got electric slide stuck in your head. I'm stuck with Boot Scoot Boogie. Here we go, do-si-do. Come on, baby, let's go, Boot Scoot.
Dude, I don't know, Paul.
Yeah, I have absolutely no idea.
Not Picasso, not Dali.
Yeah, they died much later.
Yep. I don't even have a name to give. I mean, I don't want to not give an answer though.
I was thinking Jackson Pollock, only because of the blue, because he had the blue poles. I don't know if that would, but he died later as well, didn't he?
Yeah, I don't even think he became famous until after the 50s.
Yeah.
Oh boy. Is there like a European painter, perhaps like Dutch or Spanish or Italian, that we're not thinking of?
No, you have thought of every painter.
You've reached the end of the internet, Ben.
I don't know. What do you think, Paul?
I don't know. Is there someone like would be like a French painter or? Yeah, I think it would be European. Oh, when did Matisse die?
We can guess that it was 1956.
Okay, it's as good as any.
Okay, we'll go with Matisse. Our answer is locked in.
Okay, cool. So your first question, and we're going streaking, or TWA Gone Wild. The question is, the music group Bare Naked Ladies wrote and performed the theme song for what TV show that ran for 12 seasons? Ben and Paul, let's go with you first.
We went with Big Bang Theory.
That was easy.
Oh, okay. Well, fine. Do that way, Paul. Fine. Yeah. All right.
I've watched that show so many times.
All right. Courtney and Jonathan, what was y'all's answer?
Well, I think we've already established that I am a fan of geek rock, and so the Bare Naked Ladies are one of my go-tos, and this would be The Big Bang Theory.
Okay.
It almost came up in that conversation. I was on the tip of my tongue in that conversation.
And I'll be honest with you, Bare Naked Ladies is what started this whole Gauntlet idea for me this time around. I kind of went down there. Your next question was, what term for voyeurism was originally coined due to spying on Lady Godiva's infamous ride naked through the town of Coventry in the 11th century? All right, Courtney and Jonathan, we're going to go with you.
We went with Peeping Tom.
Okay. And Ben and Paul.
We said the same.
Okay. Your last question. The Blue Nudes were a series of 4 color lithographs made by an artist who began creating them by cutting and painting pieces of paper by hand and supervising their creation. The reason for the style change was due to the artist having stomach cancer. Name the artist of the Blue Nudes. All right. Ben and Paul, you guys had a lengthy thought process on this. Or not so much, actually. You said you're struggling.
Yeah, we were trying to name the year. When you first said Blue News, I thought Picasso, but then the year of death is too early for Picasso. We thought about Dali also, but again,
he died in the 80s. Yeah,
he died in the 80s. So we flipped across the pond and said, okay, well, can we think of somebody maybe European that was 20th century? And we landed on Matisse. So we locked in with Matisse.
Okay. And Jonathan and Courtney.
So I'm aware of an artist who was primarily a painter, helped create the Fauvism movement in the early 1900s and switched to the medium of paper later in life. And so I felt pretty confident about that answer. And that answer was freaking Henri Matisse.
Oh, wow.
And I mean, when they pulled Matisse, I don't know if it's right yet, but I know when they pulled Matisse as their just straight up guess, it pissed me off so much. So much. They literally didn't have an answer. And then, I mean, when did Matisse die? Ben says, well, we could guess he died in 1956. I'm like, you.
You're mad that I pulled a Jonathan.
Yes, I am.
Well, let's find out if you guys are right. All right, so the first one, yes, is The Big Bang Theory. Well done. Second one, yep, Peeping Tom. It was the term. Well done. The final answer, the artist for the Blue Nudes, unfortunately, did die from stomach cancer in 1956, and that was Henri Matisse. Matisse.
That's such an amazing job, guys. Good job.
Oh, man.
Both teams got it right. So now it comes down to wagers. So Jonathan and Courtney, we're going to go to y'all's wager first.
All right. So I went double logic on this wager. Okay. Here we go. Follow me here. So they had a 10-point lead, meaning they could bet 9 successfully without really risking anything. So one of our most logical bets would be to bet 20, which would, if they had a 19-point lead after betting 9 and getting it right, we would have a 1-point victory. But they know that our most likely bet is 20. And so they know that, and they know if we miss 20, that we would actually be 20 further back, which would make us 30 back. So they could really bet up to about 29 or so without too much risk. And so that would have put their score at 174, 175-ish, which we would have to overtake if that's their logic. And so that put us right in the perfect range to finish with a wager of 42.
42. Okay.
So we will finish with 177.
So, Ben and Paul, if your wager is 32 points, then we're going to rock, paper, scissors. If it's 33 points, then we have a winner. Ben and Paul, what was y'all's wager?
Wow. We went conservative. Yeah, we went with 9.
Yep.
9. Oh, my goodness. Oh, heartbreaking. With the score of 177 to 154, Jonathan and Courtney are your winners.
Wow.
So I'm not unhappy with our wager at all because we happen to luck into a right answer for the third question.
You sure did.
So, if you're wagering and you're saying, okay, if in that situation, when he read the question, I was like, I'm glad we only went 9 because we have no idea what this is.
Right.
So I'm very happy with losing because I didn't bet enough, because I didn't bet for the possibility of looking into an answer. I can live with that.
The other part of that is honestly, with the category, I didn't have a good idea of what the questions could possibly be. So this was strictly a mathematic wager and not a category confidence-based wager.
Yep, absolutely.
And I was just going with nakedness.
Chris could have said your topic is nudies.
We're going to the nudie bar.
Oh,
anyway.
Courtney, great game.
Oh, wow.
Great game.
Well done.
Paul, good job. What a fun one.
As the host, this
That
was
went down to the wire.
That was great.
All right. Well, I want to remind everybody you can follow us on social media at Trivial Warfare pretty much anywhere that you do social media. So go search that out. If you're not following us, we've been doing a lot more content, especially on Instagram and Twitter. So check that out. And before we go, I want to give Courtney and Paul a chance to do shout outs or promote causes they care about. Courtney, we'll start with you.
Okay, well, I'm not sure exactly when this episode will drop, but my favorite form of democracy is participatory democracy. So get out there and vote, call your representatives, write letters, do postcards, phone bank, do whatever it is, but get in the game. Go vote.
Absolutely.
Well said.
Paul, your turn.
Yeah, I'll go the same as well. We follow American politics quite heavily over here, and you know, it has a lot of international impact as well. Just get out there and vote, please. Because here in Australia, we have compulsory voting, but I know in America you don't. And people just have to get engaged and get out there. So good luck in November.
Thank you.
All right. Well, that's going to wrap us up. So for Courtney, for Paul, for Chris, and for Ben, my name's Jonathan, and this has been another episode of Trivial Warfare, where it's not just trivia, it's war. Bye, everybody.
Take care, everybody.
Thanks for listening to Trivial Warfare. Be sure to check out the revamped TrivialWarfare.com as your one-stop shop to submit questions, join the community, and get access to over 150 archived episodes. Warm It Up was written and performed by Matthew Stevens. This episode was edited and produced by me, Joel Sharpton. For help with your podcast, visit ProPodcastingServices.com.
So now this is where we talk trash about him?
I can still hear you.
Wait, usually
3, 2, 1.
Liberty Bell.
Liberty Bell. Yep.
All right. And
That's not how a 3, 2, 1 is supposed to work.
Let's try this again.
Try that one
Paul,
again.
You have to
He's like, let me wait and hear what she says, and then I'll say that same thing.